Hello friends, my name is Harshika. Today I am describing symptoms of Kundalini. Kundalini works on each and every chakras. So the main function of Kundalini is cleansing and healing. You don't even realize Kundalini works on each and every aspects of your body. Kundalini works on your physical body, emotional body, mental body. So you feel lots of symptoms. In my experience, I suddenly my Kundalini awakening starts. So suddenly I feel lots of symptoms and at that time I'm totally confused. Slowly as I start realizing what is happening to me, what's going on with me. So I share my experience and my symptoms with all you. There is lots of symptoms and today I am just explaining major symptoms of awakening. So Kundalini works in all seven chakras. There is two things you should know. The function of Kundalini first is cleansing, second is healing. Kundalini enters in each and every chakra. So each chakra start activated. First things they do cleansing and second is cleaning. Seven chakras in our body: root chakra, solar plexus, sacral chakra, heart chakra, thyroid chakra, third eye, and crown chakra. So this chakra stores stores some mystical energies inside. But this all mystical energy, all all used by our unconscious mind, we just experience 1% in our physical body. 99% is is all unconscious. This chakra's energy is controlled by our unconscious mind. 99% of energy controlled by our unconscious mind, and in conscious mind in our physical body we just feel 1%. So me today explaining all sign and symptoms of Kundalini. First, when Kundalini enters through root chakra in our lower chakras, root chakra, sacral chakra, and solar plexus, we just feel back pain, lower back pain. We just start feeling lower back pain, digestion issues, like sometimes constipation, belly stomach, diarrhea, these type of symptoms. Sometimes our appetite is changing, we so much hungry, sometimes we lost of appetite. Basically root chakra is deal with unconscious level, unconscious mind. When root chakra start rotating, it's contain a seeds of our past life, past emotions, past memories. So when they start activated, we just reminded flashbacks of our past lives, guilt, shame, aggression, violent things. And so this is a where when Kundalini works on lower chakras. This is a main physical symptoms. You feel lots of back pain, pelvic sensation, your sex drive is suddenly increase or suddenly decrease. You feel fluctuation of energy in your genital organs. Sometimes irritation, sometimes tickling sensation, sometimes crawling sensation, sometimes ants like sensations, lots of things, lots of symptoms. So these are the main symptoms when Kundalini enters lower chakras. This is the main. You feel hot and cold sensation. Basically hot sensation. You feel night sweats. You feel energy rushing all over your body. This is the main symptoms. Your sexual drive is suddenly increased, suddenly diminished when Kundalini works in your lower chakras. Basically, lower chakras are three main lower chakras is root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus. When Kundalini work on these three lower chakras, you feel this type of sign and symptoms. Now we talk about upper chakras. When Kundalini enters in heart chakra, you feels heart palpitation. You feel you need some ECG work. You feel tachycardia, irregular heartbeat, in sudden waves of emotions. You feel lots of emotions. Suddenly you become angry, you sad, you confused, you crazy. Just period of mad period when Kundalini works on heart chakras. Because first thing is cleansing, second is healing. And some improved symptoms is like that you feels hot and cold sensation, chest pain, and you feel hot and cold sensation in your chest. And this is a improved sign. This is a good and this is a improved sign. And when at that time you feel same back pain, spine pain, pain in your skull, like this. When Kundalini enters in our thoracic chakra, I am only this time I am only telling physical symptoms. When Kundalini enters in thoracic chakra, so you feel snore, sinuses like symptoms, itching, snoring, flu-like symptom for no reason. Suddenly you feel flu-like symptoms. Sometimes you are unable to speak, unable to concentrate things when the Kundalini works on your thoracic chakra. And other is when Kundalini enters in our third eye chakra, you feel sensation, energy current in between your toes. And all these times you feel lots of mystical experiences also. So when Kundalini enters in third eye chakra, you feels headache, pressure on your head, lots of pressure. Something like energy is inside, lots of pressure in between eyebrows, headaches, migraine, itching and burning sensation in eyes, watery eyes, change in eyesight. Sometimes you feel there's someone having a rod and just sticking there or on backside. When Kundalini enters in crown chakra, this is something else. This is the next stage of Kundalini. When Kundalini crossed third knot, when Kundalini enters in your brain, this symptom is changed when Kundalini enters in crown chakra. This is a different, and I will make a different video on this topic when Kundalini enters in brain. So I will tell you this physical symptoms you feel when your Kundalini start awakening. Your metabolism is disturbed, heart palpitation, BP change, night sweats, sleep time change, sometime deep sleep, sometime insomnia. You can't able to sleep like this. And emotional symptoms. Sometimes you feel anxiety, confusion, irritability, aggression, violence, crazy period, guilt, shame, which hidden guilt, hidden shame. Now on these things in a surface, you start seeing flashbacks of your past life. Dreams are changed sometimes, like very horror dreams, haunted dreams, You see that places or that vision, that persons which you can't see these places in this life. So these are the major change. When Kundalini awakening start, there is a drastical change. You feel now. Second is parapsychological symptoms. When Kundalini start awaken, your psychic abilities start awaken. You are empathic now. You feel others' energy. You are so sensitive of others' energy, and sometimes it's very difficult to absorb other energy because lots of damning people in there. So telepathic ability is increased. You start telepathy. You start listening other person thoughts about you. You start seeing unconditional truth. You start seeing shadows, sparks, lights, auras, moving energy together. This is mystical experience. You start seeing unusual things. Mean your dreams are changed. Sometimes very haunted and sometimes peaceful dreams. You start channeling with non-physical things. You start hearing inner voice, unusual voice, like um, ringing bells, hummingbirds, this type of voice. You start seeing synchronicities, number repeating, doubling and tripling of numbers. You just start seeing Kundalini related dreams. In dreams, you see a fire. That is a meaning interpretation of inner fire of your transformation. You start seeing fires, like you start seeing black birds, black animals. This is a main experiences you feel. You feel a presence of someone else. Sometimes you feel a presence of angels, and sometimes you feel a presence of evil things. This is all good and sometimes all bad. Out of body experiences, you start feeling out of body experiences, astral traveling. When you're awakening, start parapsychological, mystical experiences. So this is all your parapsychological and mystical experiences. Uh, when your telepathy ability you start hearing lots of voice. And in my experience, when I start hearing lots of voice, I just confused. I feels I have some mental disorder and I am a schizophrenia, like this, because I start hearing my twin flame voice and other person thoughts. Sometimes listening other person thoughts, it's not very good experience. You get hurt when you see these things, when you don't accept these things from a person you love, and when you hear something extremely bad about you, you feel hurt. So in my journey, I experiences lots of things. You start these things. This is a major parapsychological experiences, mystical experiences of my awakening. And second, you start growth. You start re-evaluation of your life, your work, your friends, your family. You start losing attachments. Main thing, those relationship who are just energy draining, you start losing attachment of that things, because now your frequency is high and your frequency not match with that person's. So you start losing attachments with your family, friends. You feel isolated. you feels alone, because truth is this is your own journey. This is your journey and you feels this is journey to yourself. In this journey you do work with yourself. No one is there to help you. And at my time I am confused. I am studying lots of books about kundalini and start seeing lots of video, and this is so confusing experience. But I am the person, I always lose my consciousness. I judge things, this is right or this is not right. In internet we see lots of video, lots of people saying about their mystical and cooling experience. So don't trust anyone, don't trust me also. If you think I am saying right thing to you, if you think my advice and my experience is helpful to you, then you follow me, then you listen to me. Otherwise, if your consciousness, if your intuitions not saying this is not nice, don't trust anyone. I only trust my experience. Before this awakening experience, I don't believe in this negative energy and demons and all. But when I meet my twin flame, suddenly awakening start. So I start seeing these things. Then I believe. He told me about he see spirits, angels. He talking to him, but I don't believe as much, because I only believe my experience, my consciousness, my intuitions. So I advise you all people, you also believe your intuition, your consciousness. I'm just sharing my experience, my symptoms with you. Spiritual symptoms. After re-evaluation your life, you don't like now you don't like your jobs, your works, you don't like a relationship or work which is full on tension and anxiety. You just want to remove this attachment, or you want to just go away, you want some peace. And at that time no one is there to understand you. You are the only person who help yourself. How you handle all these physical, emotional, parapsychological symptoms, and how you deal with that, and how you move on to second stage. Because this is depends on you how you balance all these things. You feel physical symptoms, you sometimes you feel fatigue, tired, lost, headache, and all these things you just manage with yourself. Because at my time I have no guru, no meditator, no one. I manage all these things to myself. When my awakening is going to start, there is a lots of negative energy attacks on me, and I just handle and physical symptoms, and no one is there to understand me. My family don't understand, and no one believes I'm a young girl, and suddenly my awakening is start. No one believes. It is a joke, but this is the truth of my life. And spiritual symptoms is like that. Sometimes you feel negative evil energy, sometimes you feel positive energy, sometimes you feel bliss, union, sometimes you in that stage of samadhi or less than stage of samadhi when you do in meditation. So this is are the main symptoms of kundalini awakening. Energy rushes, hot and cold flashes, cervical pain, lower back pain, and you handle this thing with yourself. Physical, emotional, parapsychological, mystical experience. But trust me, this thing is good for you. When you start re-evaluating your life, this all things is good for you. Your life is drastically shift when you start losing negative attachments, when you start losing fears, fear of death, fear of lose someone, when you start believing in mystical life, your perception about of life is changed. You believe there is no death. You start believing in this is a process of recreation. Your spirit leave one body and enter into another body. So this is my today topic, and I describe you symptoms of Kundalini: physical, emotional, parapsychological, spiritual symptoms of my awakening. Thank you for listening.